Here's a start of the street stock feature Friday night at Lakeside Speedway, June the 23rd, 2006. Here in some close street stock racing, you have the number 96 of Jake Newman, the 46 of David Holcomb, and the 44. Here they kind of touch in the straightaway, front straightaway, but then up here coming out of turn 2, the 46 is going to spin out as the number 44 of Jay Kelly gives him just a little bit of help to get around. After the 46 had to go into the pits on a black flag call for smoke and dropping fluid on the track, here the number 44 of Jay Kelly gives Jake Newman just a little bump to say, come on, either get that thing going, buddy, or I'm going to get around you. But old Jake's going to hang on to this devil, and he's going to win this A feature. For the white flag here, Jake Newman moves up off of that bottom side of the track and starts running up on the high side when he's seen everybody else was certainly getting a lot faster up there. But he's going to come around, and take the checkered flag on this one. He was disqualified for a feature win earlier in the year, but this is going to be his first feature win of the year. Here's the start of the Grand National race Friday night at Lakeside Speedway on June the 23rd. When they go around the corner here, you want to watch the 22 of Jim McDowell as Marshall Hewitt, the 6, kind of gets underneath and lifts his tail end of the car up, and McDowell loses control, goes down into the infield, and then gets back onto the track. After leading for the first 5 laps, here Marshall Hewitt gets around Jimmy Winkler as they race for the lead, but waiting back there in 3rd place is the old guy with all the experience, Gene Claxton, but Marshall Hewitt here takes over the lead, and then you're going to see Claxton as he races with Winkler for 2nd place, and he of course will take that away from him also. But down the back straight and through turns 3 and 4, and then there goes Claxton. After getting around Jimmy Winkler, here Gene Claxton starts doing battle with Marshall Hewitt as they run down the back straightaway, and they got a side-by-side duel that they go into turns 3 and 4. And doesn't look like anybody's got an advantage as they cross the start-finish line. Hewitt carries that momentum out of that high side as he gets back ahead of Claxton down the back straightaway. As you can see, this was a good battle for the lead, and then Hewitt gets up over the cushion, almost brushes the wall, and it allows Claxton to get a good run off the bottom and get just a small lead ahead of Marshall Hewitt. In the meantime, the black car, the 25, coming up on the bottom side, that is Scotty Martin, and he will eventually take over 2nd place too from Marshall Hewitt. But there wasn't anybody going to touch old Gene as he's going to pull this one out. On a late race restart, you're going to see Scotty Martin as he puts that baby down on the inside and tries to get under Gene Claxton and gives him a pretty good race with some wheel-to-wheel action. But the old veteran doesn't get shook up by these kind of things, and he's going to pull this out. Pressure doesn't seem to bother this guy. He just drives the track, and he pulls out front again. Here Claxton comes around and takes the white flag for the last lap as he's stretched out about a 8 or 10 car length lead over Scotty Martin, with Chad Lyle running up in third place, coming up from quite a ways back in the pack, as the Smith Racing car has another good night at the track. But here, Gene Claxton, winner of the A-Main for the Grand Nationals, Friday night, June 23rd, Lakeside Speedway. Mr. Claxton getting out of his car. Part of the A-Main for the Modifieds, Friday night at Lakeside Speedway. That's Scotty Crystal and Scotty Pippert on the front row. With this run down the back straightaway, Kerry Davis in the yellow and red 68 has just taken second place away from the number 4 of Scotty Pippert. But as you see, Tim Carrick back there in the red and white number 1 is slowly closing in on the boys. And here he's going to take third place away from Pippert. And that's Johnny Allen in the orange and white car. Here Pippert runs back on him, but Carrick is going to take this away and he'll get third place. Here I think he slides up in front of him. And that shuts the door on Pippert being able to make a run back on it. Here on lap 17, Tim Carrick has figured out that he can go just a little bit faster up on that high side. After running down low most of the race, he switches up to the high side up against the cushion and finds a little extra speed up there and momentum, and is able to get on by Kerry Davis, and he's going to take over the lead here on lap 18. Some good side-by-side racing with two excellent drivers, with their car setups really close. Talked with Kerry Davis's dad after the race, and he said it was just driver error is what cost Kerry Davis this race. Either not switching up to the high side or just not driving good enough to win on the bottom. But anyway, here Tim Carrick takes the lead from Kerry Davis on lap 18. Here Tim Carrick comes down to take the white flag for the last lap for this A-Main feature. I think on this race night with this type of track, with it as slick as it was, you could see the experience of this man that has 17 track championships over the years, and a guy that never gives up no matter what. Tim Carrick, your winner. A-Main Modifieds, Lakeside. Here's the start of the A-Main Sunday night, June 25th at Heartland Park, Topeka. This is the track that's being run by John and Junior Lowry. John is the announcer at Lakeside Speedway on Friday night. They have reopened Heartland Park dirt track after 3 years of being shut down. Heartland Park. Notice the glaze on this track. That is a dry slick for sure, without any doubt. If you've ever seen a dry slick, this is it. You can see how shiny it is, and it's starting to take rubber as the surface is starting to turn black. Everybody wanted to run right down there around the bottom and have them wheels in that loose dirt so they could get a little traction. Here on lap 7 or 8, the white car, the number 2, I believe it is, Lyle Shepard, passes that other white car, who I don't know who that is, and takes over the lead. And the 25 of David Meyer jumps up into second, but you see Justin Boney in the black car as he lingers in fourth. Here Justin Boney's been knocking on the back door of David Meyer for quite a while, and they finally race down the back straightaway. Justin Boney throws that thing in low and slides right up in front of O'Meyer to take second place, but that's as far as that boy was. Lyle Shepard in the white car had this thing figured out, because I mean, this guy was getting around there like there was no problem. He had this thing eaten out of his hand. You can see again how slick that track is with the reflection of the lights off the car and then off the track. Lyle Shepard, Manhattan, Kansas boy, shows them at Topeka Heartland Park how to race a modified on a dry slick track. Lyle Shepard, Sunday, June the 25th, Heartland Park dirt track.